What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and welcome to our Spec Op 34 task list part 2. Now, as most of you know, this task list has been all over the place. Numbers out of order, you can do tasks while researching, and there's even some tasks that won't pop up or that you don't have to do. All that makes editing extremely difficult, but we're going to do our best here, and I'm basically going to go in the order that we were given them. So, actually before the last research ended, we had to collect 2 distress calls, so we went ahead and did that. Really easy task, and like I said, we got it before the research was even done. So that's going to be 1200 experience, and then we thought, well, we may or may not get another task. We actually did, though, end up beating mission 3, so we got task 1 of 13 done. Choose a side and complete mission 3. With that, we got another 1200 XP. After that, I personally waited for the research, and so here it is completed. The Vibranium Mystic Amplifier. Once you get that, you'll get credit for task number 2. You should also receive a Vibranium Mystic Amplifier, which you are going to need. The reason you need this is because task number 3 says use the Vibranium Mystic Amplifier in combat. So you can use this anywhere, inside or outside the Spec Op. I believe we went to Season 2, Chapter 10. So we're just using Iron Patriot and Electro, it doesn't matter who you use. I would recommend, though, first thing, go to your offensive tab, then use the amplifier on anyone. That should be it. I only think you have to use it once. So we'll just begin taking down the enemies. And once this fight is complete, you should get credit. Alright, so that's a pretty straightforward task, unlike the Spec Op task list. Not straightforward at all. There are a lot of people talking about the bugs out there, such as a Miss Marvel task not even popping up. For me, this is kind of some foreshadowing, but I didn't even do the final 2 or 3 tasks, as far as I can remember. You'll see what I mean later. Now that school's out, we're going to go straight forward with the task list, all the editing and everything I need to get done, so we won't take a break from that. They'll be posted over the next few days. So yeah, honestly, we should probably just speed this fight up, since we've already done our objective. So let's go to the next wave, and on this wave we only have 1 behemoth, so we'll do a full overcharge, then use repulsor beam. That should do it. Alright, so that's going to be the end of task 3, and I kind of understand the numbering. I know there's 3 different parts, but it's still really odd, and they do seem to come out of order. For this one though, we got 1200 experience, and then we can move on. The next task we got was to actually create the approximate foreboding device in the lab. But we never got the blueprint yet, so we can't do this. I even went ahead and checked, but it is locked, so we're going to have to try to get some other tasks first. Through the power of editing, we actually end up at task number 2 in Anti-Predictive Justice. Complete 3 deploys. Then we should get the blueprint. You can complete these in any mission, inside or outside the Spec Op, so just keep that in mind. Once done, you'll get the blueprint, and you can actually go ahead and start that next task. Remember, the approximate foreboding device actually has a chance to preemptively counter melee attacks, and it has special functionality. As far as its cost, it's going to end up being, well, let's go to the lab and find out, 12 hours, 40 unstable ISO weight, and 5,000 silver. So what we're going to do is get that started, and since they're going to give us some more tasks, we'll go on with the task list just for a bit more. At least until we get around 10 minutes or so. Now I actually do think it's nice that we can still do tasks while things are researching. That's a pretty awesome option that I wouldn't mind being in other Spec Ops. In this case, our next task is to use Jane Foster in combat. And she's going to be a team up, but you don't get to use her, I believe, until the end boss. So that's pretty annoying. It's going to be a pretty interesting fight against Blue Marvel and a lot of other heroes. So it's going to actually take quite a while to complete. Of course, we should be used to these tasks because we had to fight so many bosses already. It seems like a quarter of the tasks. Now for this fight you do have to use Jane Foster, but you can bring in anyone else that's anti-precog. So we're going to bring in Nico. I figured she's pretty great. She has a ton of debuffs, can do quite a bit of damage, and well, we can't use Cloak and Dagger or Iron Patriot, so why not? In the first wave, you're going to face Ant-Man and Hawkeye, and Ant-Man is actually quite annoying. Also, as you can see, Hawkeye is in an alternate costume, so that trend keeps on going. Now, just in case you haven't watched my heroic battle for Chapter 10 Mission 1 Revisited video, which I know many of you may not need, I just wanted to let you know that the next character we're going to cover as far as their new EISO, or AISO or combination, is going to be Blade. So we're going to cover him with all his character specific EISO and AISO. That's in an effort to cover all the characters that got something new and maybe more viable. We know about Blade, I know, but I'm going to use him because we did get all of his ISO, and also because on that video, I'm just going to go ahead and give it away here. I'm going to try to include a poll, so hopefully you see that option, and I just want you to vote on the next character we'll cover. So I'll post up quite a few options, all of which I have their custom ISO for, and then it'll be up to you who I cover next. I just think that'll be a great way to further interact with you all, and also give you a little bit more say in what we're going to do next. So hopefully I'm able to do that and we get a lot of votes, and you get to see who you want to see first, rather than me always picking. Other than that, there should be a lot coming because the semester's over. I finally don't have any more busy work, projects, final papers, or tests to worry about. So I'm excited. I'm definitely going to have a lot of videos coming. Now for the final wave of this fight, it's going to be Blue Marvel, Winter Soldier, and Captain America. I figured Winter Soldier could be tough, but he does have to set up. And since Jane Foster is a scrapper, we'll go after him first. As a result of that and our follow-up, he takes a pretty big beating right away. Now after that, I'm really not worried about the enemies, or else I would have used something like the Chrono Accelerator on my agent. If you are having any trouble with these team-ups or these bosses, simply use items like that. The Chrono Accelerator gives you extra turns. You could also use the Chrono Boost, a Double Strike, Quantum Elixirs, and more. Remember, since you have your agent, you have items at your disposal, and there's no reason not to use them. In fact, you get the Quartermaster score bonus, so you actually increase your score by using items. So just spam away. During a few fights in Mission 4, you'll probably have to use items, so you might as well get used to it. As for us, we're pretty lucky because our agent is an absolute protect machine and he has huge counters. The Bruiser E3 costume works out very well, and once you add in a Scutcheon, he's almost unable to be hurt. I can really rely on him against just about anyone unless there's some really hard-hitting blasters. So if your agent isn't on quite the same level, don't worry about it, just use more items than me, play smarter. If you do have someone like Nico, she's going to bring in that extra firepower and a res, so she'll be very beneficial to your team. With a little bit of patience and a lot of items, plus some smart play, you should be able to beat any PvE fight. That's the cool thing about this game against Marvel Avengers Alliance 2. PvE over there isn't the same. But with only Cap remaining, we're going to use the Relentless Rapier, and he ends up dodging yet another attack. He even is going to counter, but it actually hurts him. So with Thor, we're going to use Asgardian Strike, and we'll follow it up with a Hammer Throw. That's because she's a scrapper. After this static charge, he's knocked out. So we got Perfection as our mission score, and we complete task 1 of 6. You get 15,000 silver as a reward, and then we'll go on to the boss roulette. This wheel is incredible because it has the Dino Claw, which we really want, and a special AISO for Blue Marvel. Now that I've seen this, I need it. Unfortunately, we don't win either one, but I will be looking to get this, the Tactical Protection AISO. To be perfectly honest with you, I even wanted those items so bad I end up respinning, which is a terrible idea. It works out maybe 5% of the time, if that. So I don't recommend it. As for this video, well, we're not going to get it, I can tell you that. But that is going to be it. We'll be back with another part very soon. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Then until next time, good luck and take care.